I love starting paintings in different ways, and this time I'm starting with a light pencil sketch. I'm using 140-pound watercolor paper cut 5 by 5.
Sun is arising, look gently, shining down on you and me. All on the river, make me shiver. All on the mountain.
So I just did a simple plant sketch, and now I'm going to put in one little cup. On this one, I'm going to outline everything in pink. But there are so many ways that I could go with this, so I need to really make a list and pick different ways to start a painting. Like, I could have drawn this with Stabilo and then pulled the shadows out, or I could have outlined it in black, or I could have done writing on the paper before I started. I can just go on and on. There's so many different ways to start. And like last week, I pretty much did a flat basic painting with one color. But this week, I'm going to be adding layer after layer. So I'm mixing up a blue and a green to make kind of a teal, and I'm just going to throw this in. But I know for this painting that that's going to get covered up probably many times. So right now I'm just basically filling in the shapes. I may love this color and just leave it, but chances are, because I know that I want to put lots of layers on this one, I'm going to cover this up. I am this week adding shadows. I lightened the left and darkened the right, and now I'm just kind of blending it. I'm putting shadows. I don't think I had shadows last week. I did a real kind of a folk, real flat painting, which I love that style too. But this week, I'm going to add lots of layers. So I have my sap green and a little stiff brush, and I'm just twirling and letting the shapes, the little leaf shapes, take shape. And see where I outlined it in pink? I love the green over the pink. So say I had drawn everything in black, I could do like a light teal over the black. But for this one, when I put that green over, a little bit of that pink shows up, which I love. So I'm just letting my brush kind of swirl, just again filling in the shapes. And now I have a lighter green, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Just holding the brush real loose and letting the color go on, but not cover up what I've already got. And then I think I'm going to mix up a teal and do the exact same thing. So I love green, light green, and teal together like this, especially over that pink. That looks so cool. And then when I fill in the background, as long as I don't cover up everything I've done, all of that will show up. So yeah, I love doing my plants like this, and I do them different every time. So I'm just adding a little bit of that teal into the pot, and now I'm going to add some of that onto the pot. And I think I'm going to blend it here, kind of adding different colors and then blending. Sometimes I blend it with my brush. Sometimes I use a paper towel, and sometimes I use my finger. All right, I'm adding some green here, a little bit darker on the right-hand side, and just blending I love blending and having a shadow, and then sometimes I just want it flat. So here I'm using my finger and just blending it, adding more green. That looks like a real watery green. So the paint is wet, so it's just fun to play in it. It's like, okay, what will this do if I add it with more water? Sometimes I'll completely dry my brush to blend, and right here I'm just reshaping the pot. And then I'm going to add a little bit of that color to the cup. And again, I'm still just filling in shapes, so most likely everything will change. I'm going to do the background in Indian yellow. It's a new Nova color that I have, and it's gorgeous. It's a very orange yellow. And again, just filling in. This will change several different times, but I actually do love the orange. When I went back and edited this video, I love it right there. I mean, I think that is just so pretty. But it's small. I can do it over and over again, so I'm just gonna keep changing it. Here I've got like a really, really light celery green that I mixed. I think I just mixed white in with the green that I had, and a little bit of that orange. And at this point, because I have white in it, it makes it opaque, and I can reshape a little bit. Then I change that from dark to a little bit lighter. I go back and forth until something just says, that's it. So, all right, I'm going to change that background. I added a little bit of white to my orange, and now I'm just going to fill in again. So I just keep playing with it because the paint on paint, I'm not, for the most part, I'm not drying this with a hair dryer. It dries quickly, so some parts may be dry, but I really like the effect of paint on wet paint, and you just never know what you're going to get. So here I'm darkening the right side of that cup, and then adding light on the left, and then I'll blend that in. Putting a little shadow. I think I'm lightening that shadow up a little bit on both. And now I'm going to add some more blue, just changing the color of the pot a little bit. Right here I'm changing the shape of the pot. Again, adding light. I just keep playing with it. I like blue with orange, so I decided to go more blue. Now I'm taking that fluorescent pink and I'm just outlining where I lost some of the outline, and I just add a little bit of that here and there. All right, now I'm going to take the background to white, but that white has some of what was on my palette. So you can see that each time I paint the background, I touch the plants. I've tried to leave as much as I can, but I end up touching the plant, and I love the way that looks. It changes it every time. It just takes a little bit of the plant away, and just looks totally different. So that light looks really different. Now I'm going to put a lime green down in the bottom. I knew this one was going to change a lot because that was my plan, to just keep adding different colors and just see where it went. So I really like it at this point too with the lime green at the bottom. There are a lot of different stages where I like it and I could just stop. But I keep going. I'm going to add a dark green to the pot and the little cup. Again, adding a little light to the left and then blending it. So now I'm taking a light teal and I'm just going to throw it on right on top of that green. And actually, I dried my brush. That's another way. Totally dry the brush and then you can pull that paint over. Here I'm touching it with a paper towel. I really like it right there, but I end up wiping a lot more of it away. But I love it right there. I love all the movement on the left side of that pot. But like I said, when I watched it back, I realized that I wipe. Love it there. But I wipe it. But that lets me know that the next time I do that, maybe stop right there and leave all that movement. I really like that because I can always smooth it out later. So I'm adding the orange back because I was editing and looked back and I really love the orange. And then I am going to take almost a white, but it's a dirty white, and cover up the lime green. Again, I like the lime green, but I just want to keep layering. Each time you layer, it just gives it a whole different look, and it's just fun. Now I'm adding the shadow back in. And then I mix up a pink, and I'm going to cover that orange. And that orange is still wet, so some of it kind of blends in with the pink I've mixed, a really light pink. And again, I love the orange, but I just keep going. And again, like I said, each time I touch that plant, it changes a little bit. I do like the pink. It makes the plant show up better, I think. Then I add a little bit of the pink in the cup. Lighten the inside of the pot. So let's see, do I like the orange or do I like the pink? Jerry liked the orange, so I think I'm going to add that teal back in there that I really liked. So I'm just going to take a little stiff brush, take some of this teal, scrub that back in here. Just barely touch it. Keep doing this until I like it. Okay, I think I like that. And I'm gonna take the Indian yellow. I like the lighter top because it makes the plant show up good, but I think I am gonna add a layer of Indian yellow to the bottom. We'll see what we think. I can always lighten it back up, but I really did like the orange in it, so, or the Indian yellow, so. All right, I'll let that dry. And I'm gonna take my pencil and just make a few pencil marks. A little piece of red there, okay. It's interesting the way that's bubbling. Let me dry it and then see what it looks like. I'm not sure why it bubbled like that. I mean, it's interesting. I don't hate it, but I think I'm gonna lighten it. I think I liked the lighter bottom better. So I'm just gonna take some white and I'm gonna go over it. Again, trying not to cover up some things. Like I love that little pink right there, so I'm trying not to cover that up. And I like the blue shadow right there. I think I'm gonna try to reshape the cup a little bit. Oops. Sometimes I just like adding some pencil marks. I think I like that. I think I like all the marks it left. Yeah, I think I'm happy with it right there. I did this one too. I did lots of different colors. I did the shadows a little darker here. Love the pink background. The leaves have lots of colors. The pots are two-tone. We've got shadows. And again, there's so many different ways I could go at it. So many different starts and ways to build up. But anyway, I love doing colorful still lifes, and I hope you enjoyed that. And thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.